Welcome to STL TV Live. I'm Sarah Bernard, and we've got Maureen DePriest, who was here in our last segment, and joining us now also is Michelle Wright. We've been talking and learning about the English tutoring project, which you were both involved in, and we were hearing about the challenges of teaching over 100 students in 4 different Catholic parochial schools in St. Louis English for the first time, who are coming in with absolutely no English, and it's wonderful that we have that in our schools for the students. So, Michelle, what are some of the things as we look at, we're starting off the school year right now, looking ahead, you've expanded tremendously over the last 15 years. What are some other plans for this year?
Well, plans for this year, include obviously school just started.
Yeah.
We're looking at some new volunteers that are going to be able to help us. We are trying to get some grants for some new technology. We'd like to use iPads in the room.
Oh, nice.
So we're working on grants for that, and so we're looking at having some volunteers to help the sisters and the tutors learn how to use that technology in the classrooms. So we're really excited about that potential.
I think that's wonderful. And these kids come in, knowing the technology better than we do. So it'll be helpful for them as well. It'll be a breeze, actually, helpful for you
Hopefully.
all. So now, when you say that the school year is just starting out and you've expanded over the years, what are some ways that, other ways that the community can help you out? I know you mentioned volunteers. Can volunteers actually help tutor, help teach, or just more back office work?
Well, there's a lot of different opportunities for volunteers, and so some of it is like working with the iPads and helping us with some office work, helping us with upcoming events, making phone calls, and helping us get the events off the ground. Of course, we are always looking for financial help as well, so anybody who wants to help us with fundraising is always appreciated. And yes, there are opportunities in the classroom. Of course, Sister Rosemary and the board have to work together with the volunteers to make sure that that's the appropriate place, but there are those opportunities.
Yeah, and Maureen, we talked about there's 105 students right now.
Correct.
Is it possible as the year continues that there'll be another influx of families and students that will need your services?
Well, what we're seeing is, the numbers, while they may remain steady, there are other children outside of our little world in South City. The waves of immigrants, as they come and they settle, sometimes they do move on. So we're actually looking at other locations. Where else can we have our services in our Catholic schools? We know of different enclaves, so to speak, in North County and Southeast County, where there are children who do need our services. So as a part of our strategic plan, we're looking at how do we reach out to them, and are we going to be able to service more children.
So might that happen even this school year, or is it something that you need time to plan for?
I think this year we will go through an identification process.
Okay.
And when school is just starting Monday in most of our schools, getting the lay of the land, who the children are, how many children there are, and then seeing where the potential for growth is for the next school year.
And so do you have some brand new students this year that you haven't met yet?
We do. Sister Rosemary hasn't met them yet, but they're there.
Yeah,
So
right.
She'll meet them Monday, I'm sure.
Oh, that's so much fun. So do you see the little ones and all the K through 8th grade is what you're saying?
K through 8th grade, right.
So what are some of the things that, as you teach these kids, that you're finding that they already know when they come in, or that they're eager to learn about? Or there are certain topics or challenges for them?
Well, language is the barrier. The children know a lot. It's just the communication piece. So breaking through the language barrier to really see what they know and how they need to communicate. So the whole point of the program is, you may have a 4th grader who can function as a 4th grader in their country, but because of the language, that gets lost in translation, no pun intended, in the regular classroom. So they come in, they're bright children, they've had education, some of them, not all of them, but we just need to get them through that language and assimilate it into the regular classroom.
And after 15 years, you've probably seen these young students who have grown up, and some are graduating high school now. And
Absolutely. The children, sometimes as they're with us in the K through 8 program, they actually graduate out of the ETP program, and they're just in the regular classroom. But to see the growth gains, and then to hear back from them as they're in high school and college, and to hear their success stories, because they had the education that they needed, and they were given the support that they needed to be successful.
Right.
It's just wonderful.
Because language learning is such a confidence boost, and so that's a wonderful thing that you're providing to our students. We need to take a quick break. Thank you so much for joining us and teaching us and telling us all about the English Tutoring Project right here in St. Louis. Next on STL TV Live, we'll take a walk down Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard with representatives from the Beloved Streets of America organization. We'll be right back.